Yeah. Purgatory? You hell. But I don't need help. The dark hole where you dwell pales in comparison when you in a side-by-side comparative narrative with the devil himself. I'm going ham, let me confess. My ex-pet-ophilia left me for dead here. I knew fucking a succubus whore must have been a poor idea that was bad for my health, so I rewrote the playwright and shapeshifted the flat plane. Now I'm a reptilian in an accident, center stage and exit stage left. When I plan it, my vibration can create fear as it shapes spheres. If it hasn't been made clear, my pen and the quill of Shakespeare aren't just kindred in spirit, kid. They're one and the same. Just displayed in a different arrangement when portrayed, what's conveyed is truly hell. This narcissistic, arrogant idiot is still convinced he's the shit at lyrical dissing, but if he's the shit, it's simply because he's so fucking full of himself. This is basically like waking up from a dream where you had fat stacks, plenty of bad chicks, and not to mention mad respect. See, I came to help you stay woke and cash those reality checks. It's just as I expected. You're still stuck in a perpetual daze, but I represent the potential for exponential change. Woe unto those not prone to physical pain who know no other pleasure except for feeding their feeble cerebral residual gains. It's a ridiculous and continuous phase, twisted in this meticulous maze for all of your insignificant days. I'm more instrumental with the words I exchange. In general, I'm a perennial for the way I've literally, lyrically paid my dues and paved the way for a new wave who introduced new ways to sing the same blues. I'm taking a stand you can't stand against since you have no spine or even a hint of a real human looming inside behind the gloomy-eyed dude who died the moment our paths were presumably aligned. It was his own suicide note he signed when he decided to stand on the other side of a titan, reciting inside jokes that land right but might be harder than Where's Waldo to find it, when inverted the words back up the findings. So this confirms the words describe purgatory to a preferred allegory that defines the way our worlds are currently colliding in this great divide. What an absurd murder story. I fathered a new genre, way ahead of its time. I'm like Nikola Tesla, Aristotle, Einstein, and King Nebuchadnezzar combined. And I pity you slave babies that came with WiZe in the late 80s and ended up betrayed and laid to waste, left by the wayside. I only survived because I'm a Palladian angel of light, labeled alien who arrived on vibrational radio waves that penetrated the vacuum of space and time and invaded the hive to free slaves from that depraved view a few at a time. But before I get too off topic, let me stick to the storyline as I strive for glory. Surely you can see that your corny quarantine bars bore me. Prehistoric formulas poorly assorted into some form of formless assortment. He crafts the sort of horse shit that I bag and burn on front porch doorsteps before I ring your doorbell, then dash around the back and hide while you run out and find something ablaze and do the first thing that comes to mind. It's a shoe-in. Shit, when I ring your bell, it's best if you don't answer. It's my stomping ground the moment you come outside. I got this shit in the bag. My flame came from the other side of the fade. I'm the alpha like Optimus Prime. I could step on you when I spit and make defeat look clean. Enough to call it a dime, no way to deny it's a 10, his shoes even shine. You're witnessing the emergence of a Thesaurus. I'm a dinosaur combined with an otherworldly wordsmith, and I'm coming for whoever's atop the preferred list. If you don't want to observe firsthand this type of absurdness in a word diss, you better lay low and remain incognito. See, bro, I'm money in the bank, like fixed games at a casino. So don't wonder where Waldo is. You'd be better off catfishing as Captain Nemo. No need to heckle Mr. Jekyll. The disrespectful, lesser intellectual perception will inevitably be the reason you need to hide. Nobody wants to put me in their top 10. But nobody in the top 10 wants to battle me, though. They act like I'm not the one, but I'm not, Neo. You can serve peace with beef on the side, and there's no morally formidable, affordable, informative report for it when I explore my gory and morbid abnormal side. Just more corpses piled high, developing rigor mortis, but I've been informing them this form is cold, but there's gold in the coal mine if you can dig it. I'm here to end the reign of hell on earth, and every demon will be in it as it descends with the sins of men. When this ends, I return with the eternal flame, prepare for the pain of a slow burn, like what Concern for CERN became after playing God, but God stopped playing the game the minute Concern for the CERN-con became a wormhole. We don't consider this limbo nor discern the same. Purgatory was for wormwood when the early bird prayed. I turned to the same thing that made the pain protrude. Erect in vain, even your girl came. Butterfly cocoon. Barely had room for the way my mood can extend when this type of wickedness is entertained. Now, there's room in her womb for an Egyptian's tomb and a Christian fellowship. Just for the hell of it, that's definitely where I'm gonna hide the evidence and stash Jarrett's frail little skeletal remains. Purgatory? Once again, you hell. But oh well, here's a factor that's comforting. I've been through hell on several occasions, and you're only equipped to entertain temporary pain and suffering. I thrive in trial by fire situations. I'm fine in light of the flame. I'm a schizo-bipolar Gemini winning by TKO. No way it goes to a split decision against this lion tiger, man. What? You don't even know your own cosmic astrology? I consulted the tarot just to know better how to subliminally torment and torture you psychologically. I'm a two-headed serpent, an astrological anomaly. Jarrett, pay attention. I need to know you see the statistics logistically and can be convincingly specific, so any witnesses that could potentially identify the body or possibly whatever it actually is that you follow, G. As soon as you see a private plane in the sky, highlighted by red stripes, flown autonomously by computerized AI modules, the question that boggles your mind is, why is WiZe in the goddamn cockpit? Because this isn't your typical missile. Even the motherfucking system assistant is wisdom guided. Plus, I'm ready to die. It seems like Jared should have some way subbed, but without a subway to try and fight it. With an eye for precision and double-time switches, I'm gifted at dispensing this, as well as blessed with an ear for hearing true wisdom when it's dispersed in suspenseful sentences, even via the ignorant who heard a wise verse rehearsed and tried to mimic it. But it's easy to discern what the difference is. I'm the son of the Most High. You're a son of a bitch who's high most of the time and confides in belligerence, then dives into a bottomless pit of sins just to swim a bit. And call yourself purgatory. Like hell holds any significance against my divine omnipotence. My conjecture is like a lethal injection. It always comes down to the main line of an otherwise lecture. Otherwise, when stories change, it's really just rearranged, but still it always ends with the same rhyme. See, we just not quite the same like you might think. I'm a wise alien who came on a sound wave through space, time. Why?